Alright, neighbors. Welcome back. Whether or not I kept anything in from that last run, I can't say at this point in the timeline, but as you can see, we are in easy mode now, and yeah. Normally I wouldn't do such a thing in a run like this, but considering that I'm not good at this game, I'm actually seeing an easy mode run from here on out as a necessary evil. Like I said, I'm not confident in my abilities for Wily Stage 1 and 4. And, yeah, so basically what easy mode does in the context of Anniversary Edition. I don't know if this was the same, if there was an option like that. Actually, I should know if there was an option like that in Complete Works, because I have the Complete Works of 1 through 4 on my PSP or Vita or whatever. Anyway, they were available for PlayStation Network. They never did 5 and 6 for whatever reason, though. Not sure why. But, what Easy Mode does is that you take a lot less damage, you do a hell of a lot more damage to everything else, and, there are actually less enemies to contend with. So, I was able to get through the 6 Robot Master stages in about, I would say, about a half hour, which really isn't that bad. But, like I said, I will be placing it back in normal mode for Mega Man 2 and onward. I really don't feel like I need that kind of handicap for Mega Man 2 and onward. It's just that, like I said, Mega Man 1 is the game I'm least good with. I stepped on a spike. I should have avoided that. I could have avoided that. But I did not. And that was a poor decision on my part. But yeah, I think that this is, in the interest of progress and not wasting everyone's time, at least for Mega Man 1, I am... Oh, God damn it. Don't tell me I'm going to have to go through all this again. I'm more than happy to just go into easy mode for the rest of this run. Because, if I remember my, my Virtual Console run, well, I gotta do all that again. That's fine, though. That's all good. I'm good at games. That whole high score there, that 618,000, I never got a game over until now from this particular run of the game. I'm good at games. See the Stampy guys? They do high hops all the time now. Well, okay, not always, but still. I take far less damage from them. And, yeah. In all honesty, that's the big thing I have going against me, is that I do take a lot of damage. Mega Man 1, as far as I can tell, is not considered the best of the Mega Man franchise. I certainly don't feel it's the strongest of the franchise. In fact, like I said, I like it the least of all of them, but, you'll at least get to see stuff. Isn't that's something? Yes, most certainly is, said Rado. Yeah, I'm just gonna easy mode the rest of this, because it's necessary. I don't know how I'll feel for the rest of the games. Mega Man 2, I can see myself using that as well at the end, because the last boss of Mega Man 2 is kind of a bitch. Not gonna lie. That's probably, I mean, it doesn't affect your weapon energy at all, so it's not going to affect in any way, shape, or form. It's not going to affect, you know, that infamous turret boss in Mega Man 2. But you know, the whole thing with the final boss is just, it's unbearable, in my opinion. Okay, so here's where you absolutely need the Magna Beam, by the by. The Magna Beam is pretty much required to progress in this area. And if you run out, I think you can get more just by going back down to the last room, because like I said, I believe that they respawn. Weapon energy, like, you know, pickups that are just kind of laying around. So here's the worst part of this level, and that's the Yellow Devil boss. The Yellow Devil is fairly infamous for being particularly dickish in how it does things, but luckily with the ability to do more damage to enemies, I am definitely at an advantage. So I'm not even gonna sweat it if I lose a life here, like so. I think I got this in the bag. Like I said, when I first beat this game on the Anniversary Collection, like this, it was an easy mode. Again, if I remember correctly, and it was when I was doing like the legitimate game on the Virtual Console, and also banning any kinds of pause cheats. Because that's like the way that everyone beats this boss. It's the way that I beat this boss all the time, because this boss can do a hefty, hefty amount of damage to you. I and many like myself do tend to use the pause cheat against this guy, and I'm not going to think any less of you if you do the same. In all honesty, this guy is that much of a pain in the ass. But the pause glitch is taken out of this game. Alright. Now it's now or never. I am ill-prepared for this, ladies and gentlemen. But I figure that once I get past this game, and to a lesser extent Mega Man 2, I'm pretty much in the clear for most of it. Like, the next... After the final boss of Mega Man 2, the only hard part I see is, the next hard part I would see would be the final boss of Mega Man 7. Because, let's face it, those of you who know what you know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna go past this guy. I should probably have been doing that from the beginning. This is a clever exploit that I did not think of doing until now. That's pretty fun. Okay, I got this guy now. Just go behind him. Just go behind him when he starts flinging himself across the room. There you go. Fuck it. But yeah, when I went through this on the Virtual Console, I also banned myself from using the select pause cheat. And let me tell you, that was not a fun experience. The Yellow Devil there and the boss rush in Stage 4 were like the bane of my existence at the time. Luckily, though, when we choose continue here, we'll go back to the first part of that stage, not the first part of the castle. So, we're free and clear, more or less, from here on out. And since we're in easy mode, and I am not ashamed of that, we should be okay. Yeah. It's like... Okay, that was my drunkenness doing that. But it's like when I did my Zelda 2 playthrough way back in the day. If there are even any of you who remember that. I don't know. I only know of one person who actually watches all of my videos, and that is the Tenkaichi. Shout out to the Tenkaichi. He is... I don't know. I don't know if I would consider him a fan. I mean, that would be in his words, not mine. I mean, I'm not one to necessarily judge people like that, but like if I were to say there was like one person who I would given the situation judge as a fan, it would be the Tenkaichi. So shout out to you, my man. You are if you're watching this, because he said in my old that Downwell review, or not review, that update video or whatever, that he watches my videos, and that means a lot. I am, I don't know how many fans I may have, but knowing that there's at least one person who watches the videos does keep hope alive a bit. Even though I know it's not a lot. I mean, look at the number of views I have in general, but whatever. I don't have enough to make a living off of this. There was one time recently where I was in a PlayStation party with a friend of my friend Travis. We mentioned Travis before on the channel, but he and a friend of his from work and me were in a party one time, and I talked about uploading videos onto YouTube, and he basically jokingly says, "What's YouTube?" because he barely looks at it, and I told him it's where my dreams go to die. But you know that. Yeah, recently I learned that in order to actually... Oh, wow, going into the side of a spike will kill you. Well, I gotta start that level over again. Ain't that some shit? I recently found out that in order to be able to make... to make money off of any ad revenue of your channel... you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which I obviously do not have, and, you have to have an average of, 4,000 hours viewed from the past week, and only then will you make money off of ad revenue. And, well, obviously, seeing as that I have 1/10 of 1,000 subscribers, if that. Well, yeah, I have that. A little bit more than that, but... I'm good at this game when I'm drunk. I'm in such a good place to make money off of this. Living the dream. I'm like the new Markiplier, or PewDiePie. Oh, no. I am not anywhere near to Markiplier or PewDiePie. As much as I wish that I were. I likened Greg and I one time to... Oh, actually... I think you take extra damage from Firestorm? Not really enough to be worth it, in all honesty, but... In all honesty, I need to save Firestorm for the final boss, so... I'm not going to do that anymore. The Mega Buster does well enough on Cut Man, let me tell you. Rolling Cutter I would like to use against Select Man, though. Where was I? But yeah, I don't meet the qualifications to make money. I like to think that one day I'll make money off of this, but I don't think that's going to be a thing, in all honesty. But then again, I'm a pessimist, so... what the fuck do I know? And my pessimism does tend to come out a little bit more when I'm drunk. And sometimes I question why I do drunk videos like this. When I know that I'm there's a good possibility that I'm gonna bitch and complain. Because I don't fucking care. If no one else cares, then I don't. Except you, Tenkaichi. I'm sorry. Keep calling one one person out. I don't mean to. I really, honestly, do not mean to put like a person on the spot like that. But he's like my main source. You're my main source of information now, my dude. My main source of what's the word I'm thinking of? What's the word I'm ever thinking of? Motivation. And, you know, even if you're not the Tenkaichi and you're watching this video, any of these videos, it means a lot to me that you do so. As long as you contribute to over 400 hours of video watched within a year. No, I'm just kidding. You know, whatever. I know that there are a lot of people. I'm fairly sure that most of my view time goes toward people who watch it for like 2 minutes and be like, "This is stupid. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. These people don't know what they're doing." Because sometimes I have Greg with me. Now I will not go into the middle of that. Oop. That spike there, even though the momentum wants me to, because this is like the end of the stage right here. Okay, down there is the end of the stage. That's where I fight the next boss, which is... Wait for the animation. Copy Mega Man. Copy Mega Man is a bit of a bastard. He basically uses whatever weapon that you have equipped. I usually use a combination of Firestorm and Thunderbeam, mainly because Thunderbeam does do a lot of damage to him, but also Thunderstorm gives you that shield. But, like I said, Copy Mega Man can be a bitch. Luckily, we're in easy mode, so he's not as much of a bitch as he can be. Look, because of the way the screen flickers and shit, I'm not even on the screen right now. I don't give a fuck. I beat the stage. Now we go on to water stage. Ish. And the music changes. Yeah, there's like I said before, there's like another song, like a completely different song that plays normally. It like goes like do 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 do. I'm sorry to sing, because sometimes my singing voice can be horrible. But for whatever reason, they equated that to the Dr. Wily theme for one of the arcade games. One or both. I can't remember which one. But this level is fairly straightforward. You just go through this part with the penguins. I think there's normally spikes here as well, but they may have taken out the spikes from easy mode. Now the penguins are they have their graphics scrambled, because we also have those Bullet Bill ripoffs coming toward us. And because the palettes fucked up, they were hoping that we would kill them so quick that we wouldn't notice. But I noticed Capcom. I noticed KG Inafune. And we're already at the boss. We use the super arm here. The super arm is his weakness. The super arm is supposed to be his weakness. I don't even know what I'm doing. I normally just shoot at him and then use the super arm for the last few forms. I probably shouldn't even be like all that concerned with what weapon I use, because I'm in easy mode, and Super Arm is a stupid weakness for this game because of how it works. In all honesty, I could probably kill the last one with... like this. Yeah. Fuck it. Like, Cutman's... like, when I went through Cutman the first time in this particular playthrough, it still took 2 Super Arms to kill him. What the fuck? Okay, so now we're on the ultimate stage. The ultimate level for Mega Man 1. Now, you may have noticed, if you're familiar with Mega Man, but not familiar with Mega Man 1, then you may have noticed that we've fought a couple of boss battles, but not like in a boss rush, like you're normally used to. In Mega Man 1, they basically put the bosses in a certain way. Like we fought in Stage 2, we fought Cutman and Elecman, and we're gonna fight the other 4 in a boss rush here. It's not like Mega Man 2 and onward, where you have a teleporter boss rush, where every teleporter takes you to a different Robot Master, and you may also have a chance to heal in between. And to be fair, in the X series, Mega Man X did the same thing compared to the others. Like, you fought... even if you've seen my Drunk Mega Man X playthrough, you will have noticed that... you know, you fight Boomer Kuwanger in the first one, and then you fight, like, Storm Eagle and Chill Penguin in, like, the second level. And then, like, the rest in the third level. In a progression. And that's basically what this game does. Like, in Stage 2, you fight Elecman and Cutman. There's an example of getting killed by spikes in your invincibility frames, which is bullshit. But it's like, you know, you fight Cutman and Elecman in Stage 2, and then in Stage 4, you basically go through the remaining 3 in a boss rush, and then go on to fight Dr. Wily. But then again, you know, Mega Man 2 sets the standard, and you fight all 8 in a teleporter boss rush. But my goal, at the very least, and that's one of the main reasons I went into easy mode in this, and I apologize if this may take a bit away from the experience for you, but again, this was more or less in the interest of not wasting your time, and you know, not putting myself into a state of frustration. Because, like I said, this game it's one of the hardest I've played and beaten. And Dr. Wily's stages in this game are a pain in the ass in normal situations. But my goal is to at least get a decent way into Mega Man 2 before calling it a night. And right now, we're at like 10 minutes till... Okay, like when I started, it was like sometime after 8, I think? I played like an hour and a half before I got to Dr. Wily's stage. This is fun to get. No. I shouldn't have even gone for that. There's no point. Alright, so what that thing was... Alright, let me get to my initial point first. It was mainly in the interest of, you know, you not having your time wasted, and me not being in a state of frustration. Because I started at like 8-something, maybe a little before 8. It's like I did like an hour and a half, I think, on the main playthrough. Then I spent like a half hour playing through the main part of the game. It's like 10 minutes till 11 right now. So, yeah. I expect to get a good ways into Mega Man 2 before I call it a night. At least. Like I said, once we've beaten Mega Man 2, we're pretty much in a a clear spot until, like, the end of Mega Man 7, I would say. Because I know Mega Man 3, most of 5, and all of 6 by the back of my hand. 4 may be a difficult spot because I don't play that game as much as the others. Like I said, the favorites that I like to play are 3, 5, and 6. But, you know, Mega Man 1 can be a source of frustration. Due to the game mechanics alone, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this game that was remedied in Mega Man 2 and onward. And, you know, thank fuck for that, but for continuity purposes, I'm still going through Mega Man 1 in some way, shape, or form. Yes, it's easy mode, but if it keeps my sanity and keeps you from wasting your time, so be it. In fact, I'm fairly sure I don't, especially on my last life, I don't need Thunderbeam as much as I think I do. Because 3 hits from that will kill Iceman. And of course, with Process of Elimination, you can tell, Iceman is one of the bosses we're going to fight in the boss rush. I don't remember what the exact order is, but we gotta fight Bomb Man, not Elect Man. We already fought Elect Man and Cut Man, so we gotta fight Bomb Man, Guts Man, Ice Man, and Fire Man. In some order. I don't remember what the order is. All I gotta remember is that Bomb Man's weakness is Firestorm. Hopefully I can get through this part, because there's nothing that easy mode can do to help you getting through the, fucking elevators. I'm gonna pour myself another drink, because that's the purpose. The overall purpose of this video game series, this Let's Play, this squeeze the... okay, I loathe to say squeeze the world, because the last videos, and indeed this video, and any videos in the series up to this point, have not gone under that name. This Rado Goji play the game series. Drunk. And like I said, this was a spur of the moment thing, and I went to the nearest Valero station and bought myself a 2-liter Pepsi. It's almost gone. I've had like 2.5 rum and cokes. Kraken and Pepsi. Again, drink of choice. But I'm also eating like beef jerky at the same time, here and there. So kind of... One moment. Apologies, jump cut. It kind of cuts back a bit on the drunkenness. I mean, I'm still drunk right now. I mean, I'm not so drunk that I know I'm going to be like blacked out and not remember any of this, but I'm drunk enough, and but as much as, you know, being drunk makes me happy because I'm a disturbed individual apparently. I still don't want to have a hangover tomorrow. That being tomorrow being a Wednesday. And yeah, I know a lot of people don't work. A lot of people do work on Wednesday, but I have a consistent schedule, and my days off every week are Wednesdays and Sundays. So Tuesdays and Saturdays are my days before, or my nights before I have days off. So I am inclined to drink on those days sometimes. And it's a good thing that I'm drinking and doing something like this, because otherwise I would be incredibly depressed. Lord knows I was like that last week. Last week was Valentine's Day on the Wednesday. I got drunk the night before, and I got incredibly depressed. Like, I quit the free company in Final Fantasy XIV because I thought nobody cared about me depressed. I'm gonna use Magnet Beam on that shit. I don't know why I didn't think to use to use that until now. But that would seem like the wise course of action to use Magnet Beam, and I'm not even gonna worry about that fucking. Okay. So if you decide to travel that length of track, upon which the platform moves back and forth, you will find 2 power-ups. You'll find a 1-up, and you will find what is it? What does Capcom call that? It's frequently used in Capcom games. Yashishi or something like that. It's the thing that looks like a shuriken. What that does is it fully restores your life and all of your weapon energy. Now, I really don't need weapon energy. Yeah, I know that I'm a little... Like I'm like halfway through Thunderbeam almost. But, let's face it, how many Thunderbeams do you need to kill Iceman? 3? I'm not gonna fucking worry about it. But, you know, that's like a thing that you can use if you get to this point, if you're still on your first like go through of the game, or of the continue, and you're worrying about your frickin' weapon energy, you can get that shuriken thing, Yashishi, I think it's called, and that will restore both all of your health or your life energy and all your weapon energy. But seeing as I don't have to worry about my weapon energy, I'm not going for it. Also, when you consider the fact that I'm in easy mode and I'm not worrying about my life energy either, I'm okay. Okay, yeah, Thunderbeam kills him in 2 hits in easy mode. Again, easy mode, I know it's a cheap way out, but at the same time, I am less adept at Mega Man 1 than I am any NES Mega Man game. And I would rather not waste your time or mine. And now I'm hiccuping. I need Firestorm here. Actually, I'd rather use the... Oh, God, I don't remember what his second form is weak against. This is the end of the game here. I know Firestorm is his weakness for the first form. Now, what is his second? I'm just kind of sciencing this because I don't know what his real second form's real weakness is. I'm just used to using the Thunderbeam with his with the pause trick, which is not applicable in this game. Fuck it, I'll just use Thunderbeam. Thunderbeam's probably it. Thunderbeam is like the answer to all of life's problems. It's Thunderbeam-ish. Yeah, I would count that as a weakness. I'll stick with it. If we can stay under him, we won't get hit by his attacks. I'll take it. Fuck it. Beat Mega Man 1. Easy mode, but we beat it. Fuck it. It's exactly 11 o'clock. And I got like a whole load of drink. Folks may recognize this as the opening theme to Mega Man 2. Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. Makes sense. Fight Mega Man for everlasting peace. I'll be honest, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll let the credits roll while I go to the bathroom. One moment. I'm sorry. Did you enjoy the credits? There was a jump cut there because apparently, when one goes to the credits, it automatically cuts back to the title screen. What secrets? The credits is not a secret. I'm going into gameplay options to turn easy mode back off. Because that's what you want. But yeah, apparently when you go through the credits, it goes back to the title screens for the collection. And when I was coming back from the bathroom, it was the developer logos screens again. And I'm like, no one wants to see that. So that's why I cut the video. But we're playing Mega Man 2 now. We're hopefully going to get a good ways through Mega Man 2. It's only 11:04. I like how it says 2004 when it should be like 1988 or 89. Year of 2000X, a super robot named Mega Man was created. Dr. Light created Mega Man to stop the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, after his defeat, Dr. Wily created 8 of his own robots to counter Mega Man. So this was like the song leading into the credits of Mega Man 1, and now it's the opening credit, the opening song of Mega Man 2. Note we can't even pick easier difficult. That's done through the game options. And Navi mode music. Now most people will start with Metal Man because, as I mentioned before, Metal Man's weapon is the most useful of the bunch. But what I like to do is start with Flashman. The reasons will become apparent. So, we're in Flashman's stage. He has super slidey floors. That's his spiel. Mega Man 2 has a lot of improvements over Mega Man 1. notably, I mean, here is not a good example, but the little bit of a slidey effect that happens with Mega Man's momentum, that normally doesn't happen. I mean, it happens in Flashman stage because Flashman has, like, slippy floors. And that's, like, his jam, but other than that, that's not a thing. There's no high score bullshit. There's energy tanks in this game, which are a thing. I don't mean to hiccup as much as I am. I mean, just between you and me, I hate hiccups. Hiccups can be painful sometimes. It happens sometimes when I drink. And it's happening now. I hate it. With the fiery burning passion of 1,000 suns. But there's nothing I can do to counteract them at this stage, so here we are. And I meant to go through Mega Man 2 in its intended difficulty level. Way. Oh, God. I'll be honest, I do like getting drunk sometimes like this, but I will admit it does have its detrimental effects sometimes. I do not enjoy hiccups in the slightest. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go. I meant to stay to this high route because I can get an energy tank this way. Energy tanks, if you don't know, will... Damn it. Fully restore your health. If you use them. And you can store up to 4 at a time. That's the thing that happens. Also, any energy pickups that you pick up along the way, they no longer respawn. Just gotta jump across this shit here. Well, that's fucked. I don't get the energy tank that's up there. Instead, I gotta go through this asshole! I died. Game over. Have I mentioned that I don't think as highly of Mega Man 2 as everyone else? Boy, howdy. You know, fuck it. I'm gonna do like everyone else and play through Metal Man first, because fuck it. Metal Blade is far too useful. And I need every advantage that I can get. Metal Man is by far one of the easiest Robot Masters to fight. You see, the reason I go to Flashman first is because, unlike many Mega Man games, there are Robot Masters that have a weakness to the Mega Buster. Airman is one of them. Flashman is one of them. Flashman's weapon is a weakness to Quickman, and Quickman's weapon is a weakness to Metal Man. Now, in all honesty, I normally do Flashman first. It just makes it more interesting for me. But considering the fact that Mega Buster is not a weakness to Metal Man, Metal Man is still one of the Robot Masters that is easier to beat without his weakness. Not only that, but a lot of people go for Metal Man first, because Metal Man's weapon, the Metal Blade, as previously discussed, is one of the most useful Robot Master weapons in Mega Man history. Now, considering that, I I normally go for Flashman first when I'm sober, I'm gonna go for Metal Man first and try not to get hit by things. That's gonna fail. But I'm gonna fight Metal Man first because I need every advantage that I can get. I fucking hate hiccups! This is pissing me off. Actually, please give me a few minutes. I'm gonna try to get over this hiccup fit. One moment. If I don't get over it, I'll be back in like a few minutes. But still. One moment, please. Alright. I'm back. I just needed a few minutes to help, I guess, reset. Ooh, extra life. I might want that. Help reset my breathing cycle, because from what I understand, hiccups occur when your breathing cycle is out of sync or with something. So I took the time, had some nice deep breaths, and I should be good now. Hopefully the hiccups will not return. Just need to make sure I don't try to force myself to talk too much if I don't need to. So we're on Metal Man's stage, like I said. I normally go for Flashman first, just to keep it interesting. But since Metal Man is fairly easy to kill with the Mega Buster, I want to give myself every advantage I can get. And let me tell you, the Metal Blade is a huge, huge advantage. Now, hopefully I can get through this with relatively no problem. I really don't want to set Mega Man 2 to easy mode like I did with Mega Man 1. But, you know, if worse comes to worse, I will. I died there. But that's okay, I made some progress, so I should have a restart point right here. In front of these clown dudes, which is fine. But yeah, if worse comes to worse, because like I've said, Mega Man 2, unlike most everyone in the world, is not like one of my top Mega Man games. It's probably due to my lack of experience with it compared to like 3, 5, and 6. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy 2. 2 is a good game. But, especially when I get to the point where I'm at, like, you know, end game, that Wily boss is a pain in the tuchus. The only thing that can hurt that boss is, the, Bubble Lead? I'll get to pronunciations once I get that, once I get that weapon, but that's the only thing that'll hurt it. So it's considered a weakness, even though it's the only thing that's effective. Just taking a drink real quick. If I start hiccuping again, I'll take another, 5-minute break. But I feel that I'm at a point where that might be more likely to happen. Ooh! Seeing as the Mega Man 2 boss theme was used in the arcade games, we get the arcade game rendition of it, which is still fine. Like I said, there's a reason I picked to go in with Navi mode, and the reason I chose to pick and go in with Navi mode is because I really liked the remixed soundtrack. So I am totally okay with this. Also, I did mention before the digital downloads from Capcom's website for each game's soundtrack. Each game's soundtrack does include the remixed versions of each song, so if you're interested, check it out. It's I found it was worth it. I died, so I have to start the whole game over, practically. But you know what? Seeing as I'm not in a hiccup fit, let's go back to Flashman stage, why not? I feel that I'm more prepared. I mean, I'm more in a better state of mind to take on Flashman stage. In fact, when I got to the end of Flashman stage, or when I got to the point I was at in Flashman stage before, I was near the end. So, in all honesty, I probably should have gone that way. I still think this is a better decision, is to go with Flashman first, because, like I said, Flashman has a weakness to Mega Buster, and it leads to the chain of weaknesses that will basically lead to me being better against Metal Man, I think. I think this is still a good decision. The only downside is this having to fight the frickin' Sniper Joe on his I don't want to say AT-AT. More like an ATST. It's still a pain in the ass. I don't have to fight this one, though. I'm going the low road this time around. No, I still have to fight this thing. This thing is a pain in the ass. But I can't go the, Oh, well, no, I still fight the Sniper Joe in an ATST. In a jumpy mech. I just need to stay over this way. This is actually very easy. This is easier than I made it out to be the first time. I am an idiot and impulsively went into strategies that are ill-advised, but using this strategy that you see right here, the being careful while inebriated strategy, you too can possibly get an energy tank before you get to Flashman. Just stay up on these blocks. Look, energy tank. Also, you can't go much farther if you don't have the Crash Bomber. The Crash Bomber is the only thing that can destroy those purple walls. Just stay on the low road like this. Ish. You still have to fight this guy, I guess, if you're unlucky like me and still have to fight him. Because you have to go on the upper-ish road to still get to Flashman. But I did a whole hell of a lot better than I did before. Let me tell you. And it's only this slippy floors that was preventing me from getting to the boss. But we should have it in the bag here. And going from Flashman stage, we should then go into Quickman stage. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Flashman and Airman are the two folks in this game who have a weakness to Mega Buster, which is something you don't see in any other games. And even if we die here, we'll go in with full health and a couple of energy tanks. So I'm not feeling all that threatened. I just gotta remember, when I get to a point where I'm too low in health, just use an energy tank. As long as I have 4 energy tanks, by the time I go into Dr. Wily stage, I should be okay. Because, there is, like, one particular boss in Dr. Wily stages that is a pain in the ass. You know who I'm talking about. Oh, I guess the one that I got in Metal Man stage doesn't count, but whatever, YOLO. I do need to defeat this guy, and I'd rather do it sooner rather than later, so... But there you go. Flashman is defeated. So I apologize for wasting your time by losing in this stage, then going into Metal Man stage, then going back into Flashman stage again. But c'est la vie when it comes to being drunk. I do intend to finish this particular drink. There's still a good amount of rum and Pepsi available in this slime mug stein thing that I got. But, no, I don't need the password. Fuck that shit. So, about the passwords, you can copy these passwords down. You can still use the passwords if you want. The game will still save your game in Anniversary Collection, but if you decide to start a new game and use a password, then the password will still work. Pro tip from Rado Goji. I'm not going to be using passwords. I just kind of put password by accident. So, we got Time Stopper from Flashman. Time Stopper will stop time for a while. The main stipulation with Time Stopper is that it lasts, it gradually drains your weapon energy meter as it's used. And the unfortunate side effect of this is that while it's active, you can't swap out your weapon energy, your weapons. So once you use Time Stopper, you're committed to it. It will be used until the weapon energy runs out, and you can't use anything else while it's in progress. So you can't even swap back to the Mega Buster. We'll see a similar thing like this with Mega Man 4, the Flash Stopper. It's similar. It basically does it in bursts, and you can still use your Mega Buster while doing it. With Time Stopper from Flashman, not a fucking chance. So only use this if you really feel like you really fucking need to. Item 3 is the other thing we got by defeating Flashman. And this is a little platform that will climb up walls. Like so. Now do note that while item 3 is in use, you will not be able to swap out. But it's a small price to pay, really. Now, Time Stopper... Now, you'll see, if you're not familiar with Mega Man 2 for whatever fucking reason, there's these lasers here. These lasers will instantly kill you if they hit you. Something to note is that Time Stopper will stop these lasers in place. I am not going to use Time Stopper against the lasers, though, because... Again, this is one of the situations where memorization will win the day, and if you memorize where the lasers come out, you don't need to time stop them, and you can get past them rather easily. But again, that's the exception rather to the rule that Mega Man 9 seems to drive itself off of. If you haven't seen if you haven't heard my Mega Man 9 rant, then you're probably starting at the wrong place in this series, and it's probably in an earlier video. Now my inebriation may delay my reaction time on this, but the point is that I've gotten the Quick Man lasers down to a point where I can dodge them without using Time Stopper. I definitely prefer to use Time Stopper on the boss himself. And thus, under normal circumstances, I've gotten these lasers down. But these aren't normal circumstances. I'm totally okay with starting this level over. It may take some doing, but the lasers, in all honesty, really aren't that hard to dodge. As long as you don't try to go for every single power-up that you see, you should be okay. Also, jump a little bit during that blackout point, because otherwise you'll get shit. Otherwise, you'll get caught up on a little ledge. Now, I'm totally making this harder than it seems, but trust me when I say, dodging the Quick Man lasers is not a hard is not an impossible proposition. It can be hard for you at first, but with perseverance and determination, and memorization, of course, you can do it. I believe in you. just gotta make sure... Yeah, there's no way I can get on top of that. There. Here we go. Damn it. Like I said, I can normally do this in like one straight shot, but... You know, drunk thing. That said, there's not too much of the stage to redo, so I'm totally okay with starting over. Especially since we get a free life when we start. Now, unfortunately, as it seems, you don't get to keep your energy tanks when you continue. Now, this is something that's changed in Mega Man 3 and onward, but unfortunately, that is a reality with Mega Man 2. Any energy tanks that you get will be forfeit if you choose to do a continue. That was ill-advised. I did not mean to do that. I meant to swap to item 3 so I could pick up that weapon energy. I did not mean to use that energy tank. That was my fault. But, yeah. Any energy tanks that you collect over time, they will not go through a continue. So, that's one of the reasons I like Mega Man 3 and onward more than Mega Man 2. Anyway, okay, I like Mega Man 2 more than Mega Man 4, but still, the fact that you lose your energy tanks if you continue is a bit of a bummer. I jumped right into that laser. I don't know what I was doing. I somehow got 4 lives. Alright. Okay, I suddenly remembered the 2 extra lives that I got. That's fine. Okay, so, yes. Yes. Moving onward. Oh, Mega Man 8's gonna be a treat, let me tell ya. Jump, slide. I think in the initial, in the initial, like, the first, like, the false start that I did before I restarted and did, like, a second start to this, there were a bunch of things that I was not looking forward to in the upcoming series. A lot of that had to do with Mega Man 1, which we have thankfully gone past. I think Quickman lasers was one of them. I was expecting to do a lot better than I am with them. In all honesty, like I said, I don't usually have this much problem with those. Like with Mega Man 5, Mega Man 4 even. I'm not looking forward to Ringman stage. Ringman stage is always the one I have the most problems with Mega Man 4. Mega Man 5, not looking forward to Crystal Man stage. Mega Man 7, not looking forward to the final boss encounter. Mega Man 8, not looking forward to Jump, Slide. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you played Mega Man 8, you know what I'm talking about. And like I said, I know what I'm supposed to do with these lasers, but like at the same time, because my reaction time isn't what it should be. I'm thinking to myself, what am I meant to do with these lasers? It's like a question that goes through my mind. I'll be honest, I'm not even mad. This is a thing that's plagued me since, you know, when I first started Mega Man 2. You know, playing Mega Man 2. I mean, like I said, I'm not even mad. Like, what I'm doing is entirely my fault, because like I'm usually able to go through that in one shot, no problem, and I keep wondering, what am I doing wrong? It's probably my my reaction time. So if it does get to the point where I have to stop playing the game, and I'm still on this, when I start the next session, as you've seen it, if you've been following this series at this point, or any of my drunk runs, you'll know that it does usually take me a bit to get to a drunken state, and I'll probably do better if I start off in Quickman stage, but I'm really hoping that I'll. I mean, it's only 11:30, a little after 11:30, so I'm hoping that I'll, you know, do better than I think that I'm doing, and I'll get past this part. But you know, if it comes to a point where I have to stop. I don't think that it's going to get to a point where I have to stop the playthrough on account of Quickman's fucking stage. If I do have to, you know, start my next section on this stage, I'll do a lot better in the stages leading up to inebriation. But like I said, this isn't even making me mad, so I'm just going to keep doing it until I can get it right. Because once I get past this part, it's pretty much a piece of cake. I shouldn't be going that way, but I feel like that's the way that I usually go when I do this normally. It's very confusing. It's very confusing when you can do something normally, and then you're in a state of some sort that's not normal, and then you try to do the same thing and then you can't. I mean, you know, you can totally understand where I'm coming from. See, there we go. Well, I still died to that second laser on that stage. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. Just to make things better, quotes, I'm gonna see if I can make some progress on this drink here. But like I said, I'm not even mad. I'm not getting frustrated. I know that I can do this. It's just that with the state that I'm in, it makes it a little harder. It's a challenge. That may be why I'm doing this. I don't know. That's why I've decided to play all the Mega Man games, even the poopy ones. I mean, even if I get past the Anniversary Collection, I spent way too long just staying put on that part. That was, I mean, let's face it, all this has been my fault. But that was even more my fault than usual. I mean, depending on how well I can play through them in the Legacy Collection, I may play through 9 and 10, even Mega Man and Bass if I decide to buy it on the Wii U, because I don't have it on the Game Boy Advance. And I do want to do the depending on how much I like doing this, I may do the Mega Man X collection as well. And the Mega Man X collection is Mega Man X 1 through 6. And I like Mega Man X 1 through 5, but Mega Man X 6 is not one I particularly enjoy. So, we'll see how well that goes. This is just kind of like a... yeah, starting Quickman stage over again. Who knows how long we'll be stuck on Quickman stage. But I have a feeling, I have a feeling that maybe, just maybe, I'll eventually get past the stage. Just trust me on this. I have a good feeling, a good feeling, and it's not a standard, not a general thing, not a given thing. When I get a good feeling these days, that I might get this. I'm gonna get this. And we'll be Quickman, and we'll be part of one of the harder, what has turned out to be one of the harder parts of this playthrough. I don't even know how long we've been doing the Quickman stage. There'll probably be a whole video, one of the parts completely dedicated to fucking Quickman stage, because I don't know what the fuck. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Now, I assure you, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I just don't know, what I'm missing here. I'm missing something. And it gets to a point where even when I'm inebriated, I can't blame low reaction time anymore. I'm fucking up somewhere. And I gotta figure out what. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to figure out where. I'm just gonna keep doing this until the end of time. Or until I get through and beat Quickman. But, let me tell you, I am not willing to use Time Stopper on this. There is no point when I know that I can do this. And I know that I said before that sometimes when I'm drunk I get overly confident. And maybe that's what's happening here. I'm getting overly confident. I know that I can do this when I'm sober, so of course I can do this when I'm drunk. But who knows? I'm pretty much just at a point where I'm just gonna keep beating my head into a wall until I can do... Because I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And as far as I can tell, I'm not doing anything different than what I normally do. I mean, even in normal playthroughs, I'm fairly sure that I'm getting the timing down as normally as I can. And I don't know where I'm going wrong, but... See, okay, now I got it. Holy shit, now I got it. Shit! See, you saw it. I'm getting better. That makes me motivated. That makes me happy. I mean, yes, this is that's technically a game over, but I know I'm getting better. And that gets me excited. So I know that I can do better. See, this is the kind of attitude I should have all the time, but I don't. Because of, real life circumstances. Real life circumstances happen and they make you sad. And that's like that's Patrick's modern life. That's how I am all the time, is I'm sad. When situations like this come up and it's like, I'm dying to this one point like a million times, but I'm not even getting mad. And I know that I can do better, and then I do better. That gets me motivated. That gives me determination, like Undertale. I will admit, like before I did this, I did watch some past parts of some Let's Plays, including Undertale. And that gives me determination. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Even if it takes me a video or two worth of footage. I mean, I'll try and, cut out where I can. But I know that I can beat this. Once I can get past this, it's pretty much a cakewalk until Wily's stages. Now, if I do decide to pussy out and do easy mode, I do know that in easy mode, I do know that in easy mode, these lasers will only do half a life bar's worth of damage to you. Because I played through this game in easy mode, a la Anniversary Collection. Because in easy mode on the original NES cartridge, those lasers will still kill you in one hit. But in easy mode on Anniversary Collection, those lasers will only do half damage to you, not an entire health bar's worth of damage. But, as tempted as I am to go into easy mode again, just to get past a hard part, I feel a little bit more confident with this. Like, I was not feeling confident with Wily's Fortress in Mega Man 1. Mega Man 1, like I said, is like my least favorite game on the NES, as far as Mega Man is concerned. But Quick Man Stage and Mega Man 2, I know I can do this, folks. Now, if I can just hit that, like, not hit those upper platforms, I know I can do this. That's the key. That's the key, is to hit that middle platform, but not the outer, like the upper outer platforms. If you hit the upper outer platforms, it's going to cost you too much time. See, I'm thinking too much like a meta player. I'm thinking too much like, oh, I don't want to use Time Stopper. No siree. I use Time Stopper on Quickman himself. See, look how much I'm getting better at this. I say as I die to the point that I have been dying at. Millions and millions of times. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to cut the video until I get past this section, and I'll, you know, keep the video footage of when I pass the section, but I'm just going to cut it here just to, I know that I've been wasting your time, and I apologize, but I'm going to keep doing this until I get past this section, and then I'm going to come back in, having cleared the section, you know, showing me beating the section, and then go on to Quickman, because Quickman is not too long after this bullshit, so give me one moment while I display my elite gaming skills. One moment.